Hey everybody, Unit 4 is about looping. Uh, and the official technical term for looping is called iteration when you're going through looping, repeating. So iteration is a fancy term for repetition or looping. We're going to learn two types of loops, a while loop and a for loop. And today is all about the while loops. So here's a basic while loop. Please take a look, everybody. Half of you have your hands on mice. You're doing things besides doing what we're doing here. It's your life, but I mean, if you just pay attention, you'll do better. I set up a variable. We'll assume x was already declared. X equals 1. It just bothers me too much. I'm going to declare it. All right, we got our little int x equals 1. While x is less than 5, print out x with a space and then add 1 to it. Okay, so we come in. Oh, we're going to look at the parts, and I have to fix this every time. Sorry. I'm not going to fix it anymore. I'll fix it later. Okay, the while loop. You have the word while, and then you have parentheses that have a condition. The while loop will run as long as that condition is true. It's a Boolean expression in there. Second thing is you have the body of the loop. It's between the braces. You can do a while loop with only one line and not using braces, just like the if statement. If you have a while loop and you only want one thing to happen in it, then you don't need braces. Listen, just plan on using braces. We have to have braces here because there's two lines, right? If the Boolean expression is false to begin with, the body of code never executes. So it's not going to do it once and then check. It's going to check and then only go into the loop if it should. And what happens is if the Boolean expression is true, it goes in and runs it, and then it checks, should I run it again? It's kind of like it just starts over again. So if it's true, it runs once, and then it only runs it a second time if it's still true. So if it's not true anymore, it moves on. This, everybody, is an infinite loop. Check it out. X equals 1, and then it says while x is less than 5, print x plus a space. That'll just print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the numbers up until you get tired of looking at it. The problem is there's no way to get out of the loop, and we try not to do this. I forget what when you do this in REPL, it just you like run your program and then nothing happens, and then you're like, why is nothing happening? Anyway. Question so far? If you programmed in Python, a while loop is pretty much like the Python while loop, and so is the way to get out. There's three ways to get out of a loop, a while loop. When the initial condition becomes false, and Java has finished running the whole body, then it goes back to the top and checks. If the thing is false now, then you leave the loop. Another way to leave the loop is to use the break command, and that just gets you out immediately. And then finally, if the loop is in a method and you have a return inside the loop, like with the condition, that leaves the loop as well. A return, if you're in a method, just ends. We'll see that another day. Here's another example. Int n equals 1, int sum equals 0, while true. N equals scan.next int. If n is not equal to -1, break. If it is equal to -1, break. So this code asks the user to enter numbers that it adds up into a variable called sum. And if the user enters -1, then it breaks. This is a little different. Notice it says while true. That'll run forever. So if you're using a while true, you have to have a break somewhere or a return so you can get out. So you can see that true is still a Boolean statement. It's very true. So you can put that in there. Here's a little quiz for you. What's printed by this code? Figure it out. Don't call it out. Anybody got it? August? 531, but then also a -1. So it comes in, 5 is greater than 0, it prints a 5, subtracts 2. 3 is greater than 0, so it prints a 3, subtracts 2. 1 is greater than 0, it prints the 1 and subtracts 2. Now it's -1. It doesn't do the loop anymore. It hops out, and then it does this code, which is printing the -1. Yeah. Here's another little puzzle. What's printed by this? So I'm going to call in somebody besides August. Anybody? You're allowed to use paper. I wrote it on paper. I mean, I didn't write the program on paper, but I wrote little notes. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah, it prints 9035. Let's look at what happens. 5309, it hops in here. It says print out 5309 mod 10. When you modulo 10 a number, that gets rid of everything except for the ones digit. Because 5309, 5300 is all divisible by 10, so that goes away. What's left over is the 9. And then this lops off the 9. X equals x divided by 10 just gets rid of the 9 because it's integer math, right? There's not a decimal. And so now we're in 530. 530 mod 10 is 0. And then we lop off the 0. 53 mod 10 gives you 3. Lop off the 3, and then we're left with the 5. All right. So for the rest of the period, I want you to finish the warm-up, the coding bat, the worksheet, and then we have a REPL for today. It's not day 29, it's day 20. I typed it too fast. The loop REPL is not due until class starts on Friday. There is a help video that's going to post shortly. I know you haven't even tried to do it yet, so try to do it before you do the help video. There's no loops on the test. This loop stuff, we had too much time today to just sit around while you guys didn't do anything. I do strongly suggest that you do some practice review. Like, you know what you're good at. If you did really well on this worksheet today, that's great. If you were struggling with parts of it, then that's stuff you should study between now and Friday. It's not going to get better. You're not going to come in Friday and go, oh, now all of a sudden I know it. So also the last day to turn in makeup work for Unit 3 is Friday, the start of class. So we'll start class with the test. And then after the test, we'll do more of Unit 4. Awesome. I'll post the assignment, and I will fix all of the places where I didn't declare the int. And you have access to the slide deck.